sure it can't continue to grow.
But what made you tell about P. Diddy and Christopher Williams?
Because they had it coming. They had it coming. I had no intention of ever telling that story. Matter of fact, I wasn't going to tell the story, but they kept posting nasty things about my kids on Instagram.
Really?
Yes. They had a whole page saying that I destroyed my children's lives. I had a crack pipe. I was on crack and yada, yada, yada. And I said, if it doesn't come down, you can keep telling lies on me, and I'm just going to start telling the truth about you.
Yeah. That's what I said.
And it didn't come down, and that's why I was in that little TV screen, and I looked so tired. I had been up for like 16 hours. I literally waited. I didn't even go to bed until I did the video.
Like now we're about to talk about some shit, because if you don't want to take it down, this is what it is.
Here it is. I waited all night. I've watched all night. I told you to take it down. You did not take it down. All right, I'm finna go to bed. So let's get into it. And the reason why I told that story is because it's a story that probably sickens me the most because of my personal attachment to it.
Which is what?
A woman should not be penalized and have her career taken away from her because she is in disagreement with someone else's behavior problems.
Yeah, understood.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that should have never happened. This was a brilliant young attorney, and that career was totally demolished because this asshole didn't want to lock his door while he was forcing men to give him fellatio.
What do you think that is like?
That's audacity beyond audacity.
Yeah, he wanted to be seen. He wanted to be caught.
He didn't know. He didn't care.
Right.
I think it was the thrill of it all. You know, he's a bit of a thrill seeker.
What was the immediate response after you did that?
Even Christopher Williams was running around calling mutual friends that we had, man, you ain't never seen me do no stuff like that. And even that mutual friend was like, well, bro, there was that one time, and look, it ain't none of my business. So, you know, everybody knows these things aren't secrets. It's these were all common facts, which is why Biggie's old bodyguard, Gene Deal, confirmed it. It's not like I'm saying things that people don't know.
Okay.
But what's worse is the simple fact that this man feels as though he gets to ruin lives with impunity and has made hundreds of millions of dollars on other people's pain and on other people's talent and on other people's sacrifice. What he did to Albie Shore was disgusting. It's beyond disgusting. And the demise of Kim Porter is unspeakable.
I can agree.
It's unspeakable. And
from what I was
the reason why I told that story was because I knew it was the perfect breadcrumb or the perfect domino to start everyone looking at everything now. See, back then, those stories were fresh. The publicist came through, cleaned it up, swept it up. Another, #1 record, great video, appearance at Fashion Week with the right actress. You know what I'm saying? And people start to look away from these things.
Wholesome, in public, devil behind the doors.
You know what I mean? So now here you go, and you fast forward all these years, and you look at all of that he created, and no one is okay except for him.
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah.
No one is okay. And the ones that are okay escaped before it ate their asses up, like my girlfriend Keena Dyson from Total.
Yeah.
Kima is so blessed. Her and Carlos are so blessed. And I'm so glad that they have each other and that they always had each other. And the one thing that I hated about the way things went down with Total, and I've never spoken about this in public because it is her life and she has made her choices and she has had a phenomenal life without Bad Boy Records. But people don't know the reality of Total. And the reality of Total is that Kima Dyson started that group. Puffy got into the mix later. But her mom was like their manager. Her sister Vita
survived.
Her sister Vita was with Irv Gotti and Murder Inc. before Ashanti got there. Like these were girls who were making their bones in the game. They were making deals. They were getting deals. Like, and they did this before Puffy came. Their name was breaking before Puffy got involved. Then Puffy got involved, and then the next thing you know, Missy gets involved. And when Missy got involved, everything changed. But what I hated more than anything was how Kima Dyson kind of got ostracized from the entity that she was damn near responsible for creating because she wasn't gay. Because she was straight. Because she had a husband, because she had children, because they had a family, because they had a business.
So she couldn't be the sexual agenda.
She wasn't nobody plaything.
Yeah, or the kitty cat.
She wasn't nobody plaything. And before she married her husband, they have now been together well over 20 years. They're becoming grandparents together now. You know, amazing.
Yeah.
She was dating Master P. So it's not like...
Who's a genius.
I'm just saying, it's not like, you know, the music industry was going to hurt her. She was already in alignment with building a life beyond Total, you know. So she never complained. She never said anything. She just walked away and let them have it. But you saw what happened by the time Kima was gone. They replaced Kima with Mila from 702. Music Soul Child's baby mom.
I never knew that.
Missy brought her into Total. That's because the album never came out. The album with Mila never came out. And then the next thing you know, here come Puffy, Diddy, Dirty Money.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, real fast.
They did nothing either.
I mean...
Danny Kane, nothing. Like, his groups do nothing. Like, they start off good, but I believe it's him. He's the number one denominator, you know what I mean?
Hey, Clive Davis's artists kind of experience the same things as Angie Stone. She's been talkative lately.
She just recently spoke out and said some things, too. What do you think about the things that she said?
I think she ain't said nothing.
She didn't reveal much.
I think she ain't said nothing.
Not the things that she could have said.
I think she ain't said nothing. Not a drop. But that's her story. And Angie was never one of the guys.
Have you ever been to any of the industry parties?
Of course I have.
Really? What are they like? Take us into it.
Are you sure you want to go?
Yes, please. Let me close my eyes and listen.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something that I've never told anybody before on camera.
Girl, let me straighten the wig.
All right, there's a Hollywood party. I'm not going to say any of the names though. If Spirit give it to you, I will not deny what you say. Okay, it was a certain urban artist, but he wasn't black. Had a big record that just broke. He was married to an actress at the time.
So we're talking about Robin Thicke?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was at his dad's house, which I guess is his house now, in Sunset Hills. I went with an old associate of mine. His name is Jimmy, and he was the vice president of Andre Harrell's label, New America.
You talking about Jimmy Iovine?
No.
Okay.
Jimmy's black.
Oh. Give it to me.
Now. But he was the vice president of New America, which was the label that Robin Thicke was on at the time. So me and Jimmy get to the party. It was very interesting. There was a certain supermodel that showed up at the party and was thrown out of the party. for some very, very, very vulgar conversation very loudly about people's anatomies. There were video girls there that were dancing. Michael Rappaport was there that night.
Who?
Michael Rappaport. The one who's beefing with KD. With Kevin Durant.
Look, is he an athlete as well?
No, Michael Rappaport, the actor. He played Remy in Higher Learning.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he was there at the party. And he was shaved bald like Remy for whatever reason that night. And
it's my white dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Jungle Fever.
No, not Jungle Fever. Higher Learning.
Zebra.
And Zebra. Yeah, Zebra Head.
Yeah, Zebra Head.
Yeah. And there was a guy that was a comedian. He used to be on MTV. He just kind of disappeared. He was there. And a few other people were there.
Mm-hmm.
Andre Harrell was there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very interesting night. There was a lot of party favors. And
when you say party favors, we mean...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Party favors. And, of course, there was alcohol. Mm-hmm. And I was a BYO everything girl.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sharing nothing with you. I ain't smoking with you. I'm not doing that. So the video dancers were dancing, and then the white girls got upset because they weren't getting any attention because they couldn't dance like the dancers could because they were all women of color. So then they decided to do a whole lesbo love scene on the pool table in the living room by the fireplace.
Of course they did.
And then, of course, all the guys were interested in them. And so then they all got a guy. And I'm like, wow, this is interesting. They had to pretend to be dykes to get some dick. This is interesting. This is so interesting. And I'm just sitting there. I mean, I quickly got the name. I got titled a narc, you know. But there were a few inappropriate things that happened. But this particular supermodel, she did bend over and spread eagle, and she didn't have any drawers on, and she flashed her whole, you know, life force and told everybody to eat it out raw, inside out, or something like that. I mean, Hollywood house parties are like that, you know, or you'll go and just out of nowhere, you know, things will just turn left.
But it seems like as you're saying, it seems like this is like the norm.
It's very normal. It is very normal. Just like becoming a new starlet, whether it's on the
casting couch,
whatever, or a new artist at a new label. I mean, it's common if they find out you have, you know, a vice. When you get your room service, you got your coke, you got your weed, you got your pills right there on your room service tray of breakfast. So, and you get judged and invited to different events by what you take. Somebody accidentally dropped the tray off to me one day, and I left everything on it and put it on the tray and left it in the hallway. Now that never happened again, but I also didn't get invited to certain things either.
After that,
yeah, you know, it's the trap.
They want to see what you do.
Well, no, they need to get you high. They need to get you, you know, very. You know, they need to be able to massage you a little bit. They need to get that footage on you. They need to get them pictures. They need to get that video. They need to get it on you.
Yeah.
It's standard, and everybody knows it. Everybody. The worst thing you could do in this industry is be sick or be weak for obsession with, you know, material things. Mm-hmm. Like, second they find out what your vice is, they won't pump it, you know, and that's the worst thing that they do with a lot of these artists, because everybody should know by this point in time, 85% of the industry is bisexual or homosexual, period. Mm-hmm. Period. I would say that there's more bisexuals in the industry than homosexuals in the industry, but one and the same. Mm-hmm. Still playing in the same pool. Mm-hmm. So they're not allowed to be gay in public because it's bad for the image. Yeah. It's bad for selling records.
They'll use it.
But one second, the very people that are telling them that they can't be themselves in public are the people that they're having sex with.
Yeah. And it's filming
gay
and using
relationships.
And we'll put it out there.
So you have gay people gay manipulating other gay people, making them pretend to be something that they're not. And then when they got to go along with the gag. And then if they get caught being themselves, the same people will ostracize them. Is that what's happening with
Lil Nas X?
I mean, I don't know what's happening with Lil Nas X, but what I can say is it's not good. It's not good. Whatever it is, it's not good. That Satan shoe, I hope it came with air conditioning because hell is hot. Like, you can't be playing with stuff like that. And they got this boy out there just playing with it, fanning the flames on mass craziness and hysteria. It's like, that's not what your career is supposed to be about. Look at the way they just played The Weeknd. They played his ass out.
What you mean?
The Grammys. He didn't get nominated.
Oh, wow.
Had one of the biggest songs last year, did not get nominated.
So why do you feel like they played him, though?
Oh, that's a straight kick in the nuts, especially after, all those mixed reviews for the Super Bowl performance.
The beat up face and the message that he was trying to send.
It was Us. It was the movie Us. He did scenes from Us. Me and my husband picked it right out, and I went back and looked. I was like, that sure is.
I didn't even watch it. I have no idea about it.
I'm gonna put it to you this way. This was my facial expression. What we eating? That was pretty much how I went.
That's deep.
Listen to me. If you gonna try to inhabit the spirit of Michael Jackson, can I get a routine? Can I get a dance? Can I get more than a half a Billie Jean?
I know you have some questions that you.
Can I get more than a quarter Billie Jean?
Period.
Like, won't, and that's it. Like, you can't even moonwalk. And then you got these 80 million people with these white faces on, and now you lost in the crowd, and people started getting sick from all of the lights. And it was a lot. It was just a lot. Like, it might have been too much.
Did you have some questions you wanted to ask?
I did have a couple of questions.
What?
I wanted to know, Jaguar.
Yes.
Who is the most interesting person that you have met in the industry? And when I say interesting, I do mean like... Cool.
Interesting.
Cool. Interesting. Yeah.
Simple.
And a good one.
Simple. Little Richard.
And why is that?
Because there was never anyone more interesting than Little Richard. Ever. He was gay, he was straight, he was up, he was down, he suffered with depression, and he could be the happiest person you've ever met. He could be tragically morbid and then turn around and be blissfully hopeful. He had whatever emotion exists, he had them all, and sometimes they all happened at the same time.
Gemini.
I don't know what his sign was. I can't remember now. But I remember when he told me why he survived, and was able to thrive like he did beyond a lot of his African American peers who came up. He made it. Little Richard made it. He became an American symbol, an American icon, no different than James Brown. And, he was the black Jerry Lee Lewis. Mm-hmm. He was
at the same
rock and roll.
Yeah.
He was rock and roll. But he was so much more than that. And he always had such great advice. He lived for a long time in the suite at the top of the Holiday Inn on Sunset Boulevard, right there at Sunset and La Cienega. And when I would stay at the Mondrian working the House of Blues, rest in peace, the House of Blues is gone in LA now.
Really?
Yeah, it shut down last year.
Is it due to COVID?
I guess. I don't know. It's crazy. I had a lot of performances there. I had a lot of great nights there. My last night.
What was the most memorable for you?
What, there?
Period. In your career.
Oh, God. Well, there's so many different ones.
Like, even if it was just like performing with somebody, like, what was that?
Well, Black Lily in New York. by far. I can't even say that I would pick a night because every night was amazing. You know, us building what we became, what the world came to know as the women of the neo soul movement, you know, us building that brick by brick, and me being one of the main architects of building that. Man, it's crazy.
Jamaica was speaking, and she was saying, you said Usher got a residency
In Vegas.
in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah. He needs it.
Tell me why you said that. You feel like he's underrated, or
No, I think he makes bad choices. Very, very, very bad choices, one. I think he makes very, very, very bad choices in women. That's what I think. I think every time he hooks up with one of these older chicks, they lead him wrong and they mess with his pocket.
okay.
Because Usher made enough money and has grossed enough money worldwide for all of these years to be able to comfortably retire. He should not need a Vegas review.
But you feel like he does.
But I think he deserves one. I think he should have one. I think he's talented, period.
Yeah, period.
But
He is.
he shouldn't need it. And, you know, fucking around with Bonita Applebaum kind of put him in a spot. The ex-wife, the Grace.
Yeah.
You know that's the Bonita Applebaum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banana cream pie.
No, that's Q-Tip's leftovers from the song Bonita
Shut
Applebaum.
up.
He wrote the song Bonita Applebaum about Grace.
Shut up.
She's Bonita Applebaum. She been fucking niggas over for years.
Go ahead, Jamaica.
And that's who Questlove is fucking with.
right now.
Yeah, and she doing it after she been with she been with Usher. Everybody know Usher got the herpes.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Spirit told me that's floating around in Hollywood. Period.
Listen to me. Why would you choose the leftovers of the leftovers of the leftovers just to get a rash on your ass?
Allegedly, Usher and Diddy was caught doing some stuff. Allegedly.
Listen to me. The
And
nigga was
that's
sitting there
still-
talking about how they was in the bed eating cereal and they drawers together. He says all kind of inappropriate things.
I've seen that interview when he said that, but just speaking on what the Spirit showed me, allegedly,
What happened?
they be doing that. They be bumping.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't.
Yeah.
He had that boy when he was very young.
Yes.
And we know he likes, he likes them parties in the Dubai and the Bangkok.
It has got to be some sort of, I feel like these people get this money and they get the celebrity and they get, the power of what they think that they have. And for some reason, they get all of these deviant sexual.
Well, it speaks about it in the Bible. It says that once a man has overly abused his senses in one direction, he's going to begin to crave something else. What's next?
That's just so.
And then not only that, you have to look at the way culture has changed now.
Mm-hmm.
Men have become more feminine in their manner and way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and women have become more masculine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, as you're seeing the sex wars turning, I mean, anybody who doesn't understand why it would be easy for an African American male to become homosexual or choose to become homosexual. Not everyone chooses to. Some people just identify. That's who they are. That's who they've always been. But then there are some people who make the choice. And I can understand why they would make the choice. It makes perfect sense to me. Even being president, a black man can't get no respect. But you know what? In the LGBT community, they get treated like equals. Period. You know what I mean? It's like, for African Americans who have been struggling to have equality, to be a part of a community that has equality, I don't see why that would not make sense to people. I mean, in the LGBT community, they are a community. There's nobody there judging them. They are there. If you go to their neighborhoods are very organized. Like when I found out that they were making gay marriage legal, I was like, thank God, because heterosexuals have messed this shit up. They got this shit looking like a joke. Maybe they could teach us what to do with it. You know what I mean? It's people actually, there's a lot of things that people could learn from the LGBT and the elemental P community. No, seriously. Because when they organize, and when they join together, and they don't, very few of them fall to the wayside. You know, they're in it, they're in that cause. And that's why I'm like, I think it's crazy that they keep trying to make. I mean, I knew Earl. I won't say we were the best of friends, but I knew Earl. I would say he was a cool associate throughout the years.
I don't know if you can validate anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and let him talk because he keep barking over here at me.
What?
He keeps barking at me singing his song.
What? Get at me, dog.
I don't even know what the fucking name of this song is. I keep hearing it over again. That's like you looking over there like you gonna just keep singing it. You gonna keep doing it.
Interesting.
Meat and potatoes.
I was talking about him earlier today with a friend, someone that was a mutual friend between, we had the same mutual friend. And ain't nobody liking these stories they trying to put on him. The legend of Earl Simmons should not be tarnished with nonsense. It just shouldn't. DMX was hip-hop magic. And his faith in God became so strong. And he didn't die of no overdose. He wasn't smoking no crack.
No.
That was not happening.
What he keeps showing me now, because I do have him present.
What?
So what he keeps showing me now is they were actually in discussion, because he keeps telling me they were discussing about sending in a woman that was supposed to attack his character or bring him down to some certain degree.
Is she Caucasian?
She may have been.
Oh, wow. They were right. Because apparently there's been a woman that was working to tarnish his name, trying to convince everybody that he was back on drugs right before he passed away. Like
Really?
the month leading up to, yeah.
Well, they were going to use her or tried to use her, and he's telling me that that they felt like that wasn't going to carry enough weight. And then he keeps saying that they let his body lay for 3 days. He was already gone, much like how Whitney had to lay for hours. Because this was ritual practice, is what he says to me. I don't know why it's on repeat in my head.
He has a few songs where he barks,
But
that's that joint.
I keep wanting to say murder for some reason. I keep wanting to say that. I don't know why I want to put that in there. I don't know if he's trying to get me to
Different
something
company.
else. He's
But
trying to get me to something else.
Swiss Beats was the lead producer for Murder Inc. And that was Ja Rule's Murder. He was always trying to sound like X. Yeah. That was an interesting legacy.
He's telling me that they kept pushing his record off. Like, he was supposed to come out with new music. He says 2 different albums. And they kept pushing it back, kept telling him it wasn't the right sound, it wasn't the right time. He says they kept pushing it back, so he said, fuck it, he was going to do something independent.
Well, then, they don't like independence.
No, and then he says they were trying to bring something back, like a old, I don't know if that's like Rough Riders tour or some shit, like wanted to bring something back. Like
I can see
trying
that.
to bring back some old money is what he keeps saying. Old money, old shit. That's what he keeps saying.
Well,
old
he's
shit.
the one that let the air out of the tire over there. Rough Riders struggled after that separation.
Well,
He was the brand. I don't care what nobody say. Him and the Locks and then Eve. That was bread and butter. DMX, the Locks, Eve.
he keeps saying that. So let's get into this shit.
What?
Because he keeps saying he keeps doing like this, but he keeps saying, ask you about how either they were saying you were doing snake shit or they tried to put snake shit on you.
On me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did. With Matlick. With the Grammy, they tried to say that I stole it, that it wasn't brought to me from the trash.
What?
Yeah. That's the story that the Roots were trying to tell.
I don't even know what that was.
They threw Malik B's Grammy Hero Award in the trash 2 weeks after he died, and somebody got it out the trash and brought it to me, and I made sure
also saying
his
that,
mother got it.
Okay.
And
he's also saying that there was a lot of talk about you being jealous
Of who?
Of different successes of.
well, yeah,
Well,
the
he
Roots
keeps
would
saying
say that.
Alicia Keys and Jill Scott.
Oh, absolutely, Alicia Keys and Jill Scott would say that. Well, of course. That bitch still mad that I got the Coca-Cola commercial and she didn't, and I was pregnant. She's still mad about that. Oh well.
Who's still mad about it?
Alicia. It was me, her, and Tweet up for it. They didn't think I was going to get it because I was pregnant, and I got it. Sorry they chose me. My bad. They liked my song.
So let me understand. After that, did somebody say that you like slept with somebody or you had did something to get that or obtain
They
that?
said I slept with everybody, but I was pregnant. I wasn't sleeping with nobody. I was on the road. I was working, 300 days a year?
He keeps telling me, and I don't know who, but he keeps saying there was a guy that actually started one of those rumors about you.
Probably Talib. Or Tariq. Maybe even Lonnie.
I want to understand something, girl. Wait a minute. Because you keep saying the Roots, but is that the guy with the pick in his head?
Yeah, Amir. Sandwiches.
Like, how do you connect with him?
I don't at all. I don't want to ever connect with him. He's the one that's fucking Bonita Applebaum post Usher herpes. It's sad.
It's so weird. And I'm going to say allegedly, because what I'm being told is the guy that I'm speaking about with the pick in his hair is allegedly like an Uncle Tom, is what he keeps saying. Like he does a lot of bidding for the genome, but he does it silently under
Oh, I can see
the
that.
cover or something.
I can see that.
I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know.
I can see
But
that.
I'm saying what Mr. Simmons is saying.
Look, he done sold everybody out that he knows, so I don't know. I mean, I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised.
He also saying something about different pregnancies or women in the industry, or I don't know if that connects to this guy that we're talking about, but he keeps saying that too, something about pregnancies. I want to listen. Is he about to come out with some shit? Wait a minute.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing over here, Bigo? We're gonna keep rocking for a minute until
I don't even know how to fucking bring.
What?
I need to understand.
Oh, okay.
Did they say that you were
What?
throwing people under the bus?
Oh yeah, they say all kinds of things. They say I'm throwing people
This
under
is what
the
he
bus.
said. He said that you were known as one of the biggest snakes in the industry.
Which is
that
so
you're
funny.
known for throwing people under the bus.
I mean that I'm known for telling the truth. My bad. I'm sorry if the truth is like inconvenient for you. That's not my problem. Just like it wasn't his problem.
But did they say you were getting paid to do it?
I mean, I want to see the cash. Where the cash at? Because I definitely could have used that to pay that $150,000 bond I had in Chicago. I mean, because, if I'm getting paid to do all of this stuff, where was my money on my books?
I want to understand this too, because we're about to really get into some shit. Was there a period where you were, is somebody trying to poison him?
Yeah, my ex-husband. I told you he was messing with my meds.
Like, I feel you know how you see triple of something?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm like this.
Yeah.
And I see triple and double of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody gave me something or put something in.
That's what happened to me, and I made it upstairs to the bathroom. And I was my ex-husband said he found me in a pool of vomit and blood, but he never called the ambulance, and he never took me to the hospital. He just left me in the bed. He cleaned me up and put me in the nightgown. When I woke up, I was sitting in the bed. I could barely talk.
I don't think people understand what you've been through, and I'm having to check myself on some shit over here because of the things that they're showing me. I don't think people realize some of the stuff that you actually have dealt with dealing inside of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been after me for years.
Did they offer? Do you know they offered your ex-husband money?
Yeah, I know. They paid him sometimes. Them niggas still buy discounted polos from him. My ex-husband works for Polo Ralph Lauren. The Roots still get clothes from him.
But you know what it's like to not be able to trust anybody? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I trusted no one. I couldn't trust anyone. They was all in it together. They was all trying to take me down. I was the goose that laid the golden eggs, and they was trying to find a way to move me around, and they tried to create other artists to be like me. It was cute.
Oh, I hate to go into this, but I need to because they saying it.
What?
So I don't know if these were rumors or like if you dealt with a few people inside of the industry.
Yeah, I've dealt with people.
Okay, because they telling me like you've dealt with some people.
Yeah, I had fun.
Okay, girl, I just want.
Look, I made my pain pay.
Is there a baby girl that was lost as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My daughter. One of my daughters. Yeah.
Is that a well-known father?
It wasn't supposed to be.
Got it. Listen. I'm gonna listen. Go ahead.
I know Queen is pretty awesome, right? We're getting to know each other. This is amazing.
Well, DMX says he's working. His plan is to shut all of this shit down. He says that they were better off keeping him in the physical and not allowing him to explore who he really is in the fucking spiritual. He said they didn't got him fucked up. That's how he keep doing it. He says it's on now. And that's how he keeps talking to me like that. He keeps doing my thing, putting his hand up like that, because that's what I do.
I'll tell you one thing.
There's a lot of.
I wouldn't want him as a ghost on my ass. I would not want DMX as a ghost on my ass. I would not want that.
He keeps rubbing his hands together, shaking his head.
I would not want that because he start barking at you and driving you crazy and going. I could. No. You sitting here jumping
keep
around
doing like this.
Like, could you imagine if they had a character like DMX in the movie Ghost? That would have been awesome.
Instead of the 100 bottles of beer on the wall, he's just barking.
That'd be. Listen to me. One of my favorite moments, one of my favorite DMX moments, was in. Was it just 10 or top 10? The Chris Rock film, and he was in, and they had him in the holding cell in New York in the jail. He was talking to him, telling him not to feel down because he was in the lockup, and then all of a sudden he breaks out into song.
No, I've
He
never
was like,
seen
"Oh
that.
no, you have to see it. It's like one of the most brilliant DMX moments." He starts singing that movie, "Smile."
Mm-hmm.
Smile when your heart is crying.
Yeah.
Smile. But of course, he was doing it his way. He was like, "Cause you know, man, you gotta be like, smile.
Yeah.
Though your heart is crying." Like
I
it was
see
so.
that.
It's just amazing.
God.
And they're sitting there like, and he's like, "You're not making me feel better, X. You're not making me feel better."
Oh my God.
Great DMX moment in the movie. Yeah.
He's talking about first he keeps talking about a daughter, so I don't know how many daughters he has, if he have any, but he keeps talking about a daughter, and wanting to get to the bottom of this or get to the bottom of the truth of something. He also keeps showing me his stomach, saying something started in the stomach. His stomach was something about his stomach, so he keeps saying that. And then he keeps saying multiply. He snaps his finger and says, very quick. He says, felt like they was eating me up from the inside. He said, hot and burning. Like my body was on fire. He says multiple people are multiple doctors. He said nobody looked the same. Like go out, come back, different person almost. He said he felt like they was messing with his mind. He keeps saying switching up the character, switching up the face. Like literally, I don't feel like we're talking about one person walk out, another person. I feel like that person go in the bathroom, come back out, her face looks different. I feel like they were messing with his mind.
Well, like I told you, a mutual friend said to me that he had been getting strange text messages from his phone as if it were coming from him. He was like, but it sounded nothing like him, and people thought that his phone had been hacked. Like people were divisively working to try to convince people that he was back on drugs.
He says they could do whatever they want to do. He said they'll have stuff saying coming out of your mouth. You know you ain't said it, but you can watch it on the video.
I mean, they do it all the time. They're editing, they're cutting, they're chopping, they're pasting, they're attaching, they're flipping, they're chopping and screwing.
He says people get paid just to do that.
Yeah, they do. That's true. I can tell you that. Tasha K tries to do it, but she do it the low budget way. And the words don't always match up with the mouth. They don't sync it up all the way. It's like a little Asian karate movie when they talk and then they mouth move 8 seconds later.
But I also feel like there was a moment I also feel like there was a moment where, because I see him go to the bathroom, so there was a moment where he could still move, walk, and talk, because I keep seeing him like go to the bathroom or something. He keeps talking about hearing the conversation.
Somebody over here is saying MK Ultra.
Mind control. Yeah. Because that's what they're doing to Brashear Gray right now. They messing with his mind. Allegedly. It's time to go.
Almost. What time is it? Time flies when we talk.
It is 9:27.
Where are you going?
Oh, well, we got to go to the club.
What club? What's going on tonight?
Well, there's a lounge. What's the name of it, babe? It's in the text message in my phone. I would have to shut my phone down, but there's a lounge downtown. And Eddie Spencer and his band. Eddie Spencer is a vocalist and saxophonist here from Shreveport. And he invited me to come and sit in on their open mic. So
Love it. Love it. So yay. I want to thank the Queen Jaguar for sitting down with me and standing up with me by the water in the cold.
it was fine though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Like it was chilly, but it still felt good.
It really did. It wasn't bad to me, and I'm usually freezing to death.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to ask before we go?
Yes.
Your final question.
Oh God, I have some good. Weirdest person you've met in the industry?
Weirdest?
George Clinton.
Top 5 artists, because you did mention Usher, so I'm assuming you like his music.
Oh, I think Usher's very talented.
Okay, so that means you obviously have a great taste in music.
Okay.
He can't miss a beat.
Okay.
Who else would you say, maybe in the past or even now? Like, who would you say are the top?
For me,
For you.
on the Jaguar Wright playlist, Tom Mishk, Daniel Caesar, Rakim Al-Jabbar, K. Riz, and Tony Yoda Ballard.
Today's music, what do you think about it?
I think it needs improvement.
Why?
There's not enough humanity in it.
There's nothing in the music today.
That's what they want. They want them fed on nothing. So they want nothing. So they strive for nothing. They want nothingness. They want people lost. They want people consumed with shit, things, clothes, vacations. They want people chasing a life that they don't even know if they want. People are programmed to go along with what the status quo is pushing. They're not encouraged to find what they like. You get an American out of America, it's amazing. And get them to somewhere where there's amazing culture and you wonder why people don't come back. Like, America has serious problems with trying to dictate how people live, how they think, who they love, where they spend their money, how they worship, where they work. America got too much. They got too much.
Nosy mom and their kid business.
Listen to me, but guess what? But they also ain't raising a kid, and they busy fucking on the mailman in the living room in front of them, snorting coke. Like, that's America.
Yeah.
An absentee parent that somebody should have been called CPS on.
Yeah. No.
Like, that's America. Let's just keep it a bean.
Yeah.
People want to sit around and act like this place isn't as screwed off as it is. The simple fact that we still got cops killing black kids while ex-cops are on trial for killing a black man. Like, we got Mexican looking ass police officers pulling a gun out on a black and Latino officer currently serving in uniform, and you macing him. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that all lives don't matter, but damn, can we start with the ones that have been getting fucked up the longest?
The melanite.
Can we start with the ones?
Start with us.
You know, and if they don't want to start, then can we start? Let's take a sign that all of these other races now being being preyed on and all of that, like we've been for centuries. Let's take that as a sign that it's never going to get better for us, and let's just get smart and start worrying about ourselves. Like, I totally am feeling what Dr. Cornel West is selling right now. I'm feeling what he's selling right now. We got to get beyond talk. We got to get beyond a march. We got to get beyond it all. We got to start getting legislation written. We got to start owning some shit. We got to take care of us. Ain't nobody else gonna do it.
As we go out, what do you say to the people who say that you're not relevant, that this is just your way of being relevant, of coming back onto the scene?
Well, if I'm not relevant, why are you talking about me?
Period.
Like, why would you talk about somebody that's not relevant? I mean, clearly I must be something. You're talking about me, right? I'm such a nobody. But you always on my page. I'm such a nobody. But you got negative comments in everything I do. Like that girl, that toxic gym person. Like, I didn't realize this chick was sitting around making 4 or 5 videos about me every day on YouTube.
That surprised me. I don't even know who it is, but people do it to me.
Like, and it's just so funny. The very people that are saying I'm not relevant are the very ones that are eating off of me, using me as a thumbnail damn near every day for the past year. If I'm feeding you, do you think I give a fuck about what you think about me?
Yeah.
I'm feeding you, nigga.
I'm feeding you.
I done fed you.
And that's what I keep saying.
You've been a recipient of the Jaguar Wright stimulus package.
Period.
Should I send you a survey? Should I send you a survey to see how fast you got your benefits? Like, fuck, I give a fuck about what you think. I'm sitting here feeding you. Like,
biggest misconception about you.
What? Biggest misconception about me?
Yeah.
That I actually give a fuck about what they think. Biggest misconception about me. Anybody that thinks they're gonna sit around and talking and I'm gonna be pressed about what everybody else is saying, Anybody that thinks that, anybody that asks me, am I scared? That's because you think I'm worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I sleep fine when I sleep. And when I dream nightmares, it's not about my past. It's about everything that I see that's coming. Those are my nightmares. The future is my nightmare.
What led you to come with the transparency campaign? What is that about?
How the fuck can I hold people to being completely honest if I'm not doing it too? I'm holding myself to the same standard that I'm challenging everyone else to step up to. Michael Jordan said it best. I'm not asking you to do anything I haven't done, and I never will.
Okay. On that note, you got anything else, Jamiko?
No, nothing that I can think off the top of my. I did want to say it's very easy to form assumptions or opinions about people when their lives are more public. You know,
Absolutely.
somebody can look up that, in all respect, that your child was murdered. Someone can look up the things that you get on YouTube and say, but we don't know you.
No.
We don't
And
know
guess
who
what?
you really are.
The people
So
that
how
are
can we
saying,
say?
no, but the people that are talking shit about me, they don't know me either. They don't know me either. So why would I care about what people are saying? You know, watch what I'm doing. I say it all the time. Don't believe me, just watch.
Can we get an outro song?
Okay, I'll do a little, I don't know. I can do
Since you're a musical genius.
Oh,
I know
bless
you
your
can-
heart.
You can get us out of here with a beautiful
So,
outro.
there is a song that I wrote called Quicksand that I still haven't recorded yet. But it's one of my favorite things that I wrote to sing a cappella. You had me in the palm of your hand. You had me in the palm of your hand. And I'm slipping like quicksand. I'm slipping like quicksand from you, man. You, man. I'm not too loud. Love can be so easy. Love can be so good. I gotta go sing for real. We gotta go sing for real.
I love you. I'm so grateful for the whole interview, for having us out. I appreciate you. We love you on Big O. Vigo, thank you for having me and supporting this movement and this cause. And double tap the screen and send me a bean and share my screen, and you know what I mean. So I love you all from a very genuine place. This has been Soul Connections. I thank you to the Queen Jaguar Wright Johnson for doing this and being very transparent. I love you all. I will see you next time. Peace.
Peace. All right, Instagram, thanks for joining us. We out. You gonna say night, Queen?
Good night, y'all. Thank you.
I got a feeling we'll be doing this again. I don't think you're
do
finished
too.
with me yet.
No, I really think this is what the show that I've been telling everybody.